So this morning, I was at the kitchen counter, and I was eating some breakfast, and my son-in-law, Robert, is there, and he's got Claire sitting on the counter, and Claire is into this one little toy, and he goes, I wonder what it would be like to know what she's thinking. And I said, it's real simple. She's thinking about that toy. And he looked at me. And I said, don't you realize that that little baby doesn't have all the nonsense going on in its mind? So that baby, when it's looking at something, it is totally focused on one thing. And so when a baby is focused on one thing, they're fully in the moment. And guess what? When you're fully in the moment, you are without limitation. Do you get that? Because when you're in the moment and there's nothing else going on in our minds, we have no limitations. It's only the nonsense that we have going in our mind that causes us to be limited. Ergo, we're talking about that. We're talking about that limitation is a mindset. So how many people here have too much going on in their minds? Everybody's hand should be going up. How many people overanalyze everything? How many people are paralyzed by analysis? You see, everything is about that. We have forgotten that there are three eyes. There's the eye that is instinct. That is the animal instinct within us that causes us to have flight or fight. Okay? That's the reptilian brain going on. Then there's the eye that represents intelligence, our ability to think and to process. But we as humans have taken the middle eye and we've made it an A of analyzing everything. That analyzing of everything turns into the big R, which is the rationalization of our lives. And what we've not tapped into is the third and most important eye, our intuition. And you see, the intuition is that part of us that is unlimited. It's the intelligent part of us that is highly limited, because our mind, through its ability to rationalize and analyze, puts limitations upon us. I can speak really clearly. How have I used this? It was about October when I took on the idea of abundance, building an abundance consciousness, because Agape was struggling last year. We had a big increase in rent. We were going to lose money. We did lose money. And I put into my mind that we were going to make that up in 3 months. We were going to make up the full loss for the year in 3 months, and we weren't going to do much. We weren't going to have a big pledge program. We weren't going to do all this other stuff that traditional churches do. Because what I understand, if you come to Agape, you are not traditional. Do you get that? Take your finger, put your finger right here on your sternum, and say, I am not traditional. Say, I am unique. Say, I think outside the box. In fact, I break the box, and I don't care what anyone else says, because I'm me. How's that feel? Doesn't that feel good? Makes you want to howl. Where's the men's group? Let me have a howl, guys. That's it. I want you to know, when we get together as men, that first Monday, there's a good thing no one's at Jaeger Suites, because there's a lot of noise coming out of that room. And it sounds like animals. So let's go on with this thing. Humans, we are never satisfied. But here's the key. We are not meant to be satisfied. It's in our DNA to always seek more. It's always in DNA to seek more. But here's the key thing. We've gotten caught up in the material aspect because we've been bombarded by racers or collective consciousness that we need a Lexus, we need a Porsche, we need a BMW. Not only do we need one, we need all three. And then we need a house and another house and another house, and I need this and that clothes. I need 8 closets for all my clothes. I need a special closet just for my shoes. Anyone here need that special closet? Jeannie, raise your hand. My wife likes shoes. It's okay, it's hers. Corey's in the back. Big manly man, you know. He likes shoes too. Nothing more needs to be said, Corey. You're the shoe man. So it's in our DNA to be seeking more. It is the law that when one good is realized, another desire for greater good is created. It's natural. This good is the level of our awareness. Whatever our level of awareness is determines the amount of good that we can come into our lives. So Ernest Holmes would say this: it's not about getting something, it's not about doing something, it's about revealing the truth that already exists within. And in the revelation of the truth within, the whole being of who we are changes, and that being becomes the man or the woman living as if they were in that state that they desire to be right now. When you're living in that state, you're putting out an energy, and that energy attracts to you what you are. And it releases from you that which you're not. So remember, it's always about the revelation of the truth within. And the greatest way to have that revelation is through the simple act of meditation or mindfulness. Becoming aware and becoming present in the moment. It's so fascinating, the difference of being a grandfather and being a father. Being a father, you don't know what to do. You got no owner's manual. You think you're going to screw up. You don't know what's going on. You're taking it too seriously. As a grandfather, when that child wakes up in the middle of the night, you go, oh my God, my sons don't get to tell me what to do. And you can finally let her play. And you can let her come into the chair with you, lie down on your chest, and just feel your energy. Because this is what happens with a baby. The baby will pick up on your heartbeat. It picks up on your energy. So when you lay a baby down on you, and you're connected, what happens to the baby's energy? He becomes connected. And you watch little children. There's parents in the room. Watch little children. When that child gets a little bit rambunctious and you get rambunctious, the child gets more rambunctious. Isn't that interesting? We become the magnet to draw more from the child, but we've got to realize that there's a power that we can use within us, that when we tone down and we tap into oneness, the child taps into oneness. And we can do that with each other as adults. In fact, that's why we have this. We're here to be the living example of the Christ, the Buddha, the Krishna nature on planet Earth right now. And when we're together, all facades can fall away and we can be real and understand that we are accepted just like we are. Agape, Greek for unconditional love, means total acceptance. It means total inclusivity. Everyone is included in the mind, in the heart that is God, because everyone is that. It's not that we have to justify it. It's the realism of the one. Advancement, greater awareness, is the nature of life. When I watch my granddaughter, she's exploring. She wants to see more. When I brought her in here and Steve and the guys started playing rehearsing before the service, she was mesmerized because it was increasing. I hadn't seen that from this perspective anymore. The advancement. Oh, musicians can make sounds. Oh, the guitar does this, the drum does this, and they sing. Oh, my God. And she's mesmerized. And then I was on a ladder arranging the spotlights earlier, and she was following me up. She goes, my grandfather's really tall. And I looked down and I said, yes, I am, dear. We did that mentally. She can't talk yet. So anyway, it's about the nature of life. So in every minute, we're drawing into our lives the things we most desire and we most expect. Do you notice the word most is not good? There's no definition about good or bad, but what it is in you that you're most desiring. And what you're most desiring tends to be on where are we putting our focus. If you have a chronic illness and you put all your energy on the chronic illness, you will attract more of the chronic illness. In the state of having that chronic illness, our job is to put our mind, our faith, our healing, everything on chronic being healthy. Seeing ourselves and revealing that in the nature of the divine, in the nature of oneness, there is no illness, there is only perfection. And when that perfection is felt, known, and revealed in us, the body simply transforms itself out of a state of illness into a state of health because it's a natural state. Health is the natural state of the divine. It is the same thing with abundance. It is our natural state to be abundant. Claire never worries about money, ever. And that girl has everything she could ever want. Every desire is fulfilled. Yesterday, let me share what that girl got to experience. First time. The abundance is amazing. She got cauliflower gnocchi. She had spaghetti. She had meatballs. She had pierogies. She had oatmeal raisin cookies. She had banana bread. That was that one meal. You want to talk about how many courses was that? See, she doesn't box herself in. She's a powerful creator. She understands the power that grandparents can do everything. And she allows it. And how does she allow it? She smiles. And she coos. Let me tell you, ladies, if you're in a relationship with someone and you want something, smile and coo. Coo. You'll get anything you want. Now, guys, if you start cooing, people will talk. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to be judgmental about it, but people will talk. This law of cause and effect is always working, and it doesn't care whether we attract good or bad experiences. The law that creates is always working, and it doesn't care. The whole idea, I was brought up with the notion that God cares. I was Catholic. God cares. God does not care. Because God created Lee out of it, giving Lee the full powers within it for Lee to create his own life. And if God gave me that and gave me freedom, God can't care because God has given me everything. In fact, that when I leave this body, it doesn't matter. I go back into the infinite, so there's no consequence. Do you see what I'm getting at? The only consequence we feel is the one we create in our minds right now. So heaven and hell are states of mind that we create in our lives today. A state of hell is a state of limitation. Do you understand that? It's a limited view that I'm only human, that I'm not divine. It's that I'm limited, that I can only have this. A state of the divine has no limitation. It doesn't matter what age you are, what sex you are, what your health is, what ethnicity. It doesn't matter. None of that matters because everyone on the planet has the same power. Everyone on the planet has the same freedom within their mind to think the way they do. It's only until we embrace it that we can change. The question we should be asking ourselves is this: what would I really, really, really love? What do I really want out of this moment? Do I want to sleep through the entire night Or would I rather feel the unconditional love of a child laying across my chest, connecting in a way that I could never connect with that child if it was not for that event? See, the idea when you're in a moment that may be an uncomfortable moment or a moment that's causing you to be a distraction, the question you ask in that moment, in this moment, based on what has just happened, what would I really love to experience in this moment? And when you set that out, you put an energy into your mind and body, and that energy will bring that experience to you. Because I noticed it was really interesting when Claire did wake up this morning at 7:30, 2 hours after I got up, she looked at me, and then this big grin came on her face. Why did that grin come on her face? Because she knew I was there to love her. Here's the key word. In our relationship, she knows it's safe to be with me. Do you hear that? This is the key to all relationships. We're in the deepest, most loving relationships when we feel safe and when we feel respected. If you can start in this moment to change who you are when you're with someone to being the person where they're safe without judgment and the person who respects them as they are, your relationships will flourish. Not only will they flourish, you will be living in unlimited possibilities. Because think about when you feel safe, you open yourself up to so much more. When we don't feel safe, what's the natural movement? We enclose ourselves, we protect ourselves, we build a wall. When we feel safe, we open. When we're open, we can receive. When we can receive, infinite abundance will make its known in our lives. And isn't that all we want? Is to feel that love, the love that all we got to do is give to ourselves and then share it with others. Remember, you're here for one reason and one reason only, and that is to be agape. Let's pray. I want to thank you for joining us today. I'm so grateful that you took your time to watch or listen to this message. If you found this message beneficial, I would ask that you go to our website, agapecsl.com. Once there, click on the donate button and experience the joy of conscious and purposeful giving. Or if you would like, text your gift by simply dialing 972-532-6976. It is through your gifts that we are able to bring this message to you in the world. I would ask that if you like this message, to please subscribe to my YouTube channel under my name, Lee Wolak. Again, I want to thank you for joining me in the Agape community as we learn how to better self-love through conscious living.